How's it? Today's Saturday, September 30th. It's the last day of this week. We are in the mega volume phase. This is the second week that I'm doing volume. Today's work consisted of powers. So, power snatch, power clean, power jerk. All lighter than I did yesterday. As far as it goes, the weights are 75 for 5 singles power snatch and 100 for 5 1+1s of power clean and power jerk. And I got through it very quickly. I got to the gym at like 11:20 or so. And you can see on the back there it's 12:30 when I'm starting this whole thing. So I'm running through it as quickly as I can. Look at this warm up. It's the exact same thing that I did yesterday, but the power snatch variation. So same weights, 40, 50, 60, 70. And then I go to 75 for my 5 singles. And then as far as it goes, like, I'm just trying my best to get through today so that I don't be late for work. I was not anticipating there being 3 whole people on the weightlifting side today. Typically on Saturdays, I am the only one lifting on the weightlifting side. I don't remember the last time I lifted next to somebody, honest to God. And it just felt weird when I showed up. I was like, holy shit, it is really crowded in here. So I just try my best to stay on the side, be patient, and wait for my turn. For my power snatches today, the 75 is what I did for the snatch on Monday earlier this week. So basically the way it's set up is that Fridays, or like yesterday, are going to be singles of the full lift at next week's weight. And then the Saturday is going to be 5 power singles at the week's weight. So that means that on Wednesday I clean triples at 100. And so that's what I did today. As far as it goes, like I'm not really trying to do anything on any of these snatches. I'm just trying to get through them quickly. I think when it got to the cleans, I had an opportunity to slow down and kind of think a little bit more concretely about my technique and what I'm trying to do and what I'm looking for. But, I mean, everything feels like it's moving very quickly. And rightfully so. It's like I was doing triples for both of these weights on Monday and Wednesday, respectively. Here's my first set of power cleans at 100. I think that I'm going to probably be saying this about the Saturdays until this is done. Like, if I'm doing triples of the full lift on Mondays, triples of the full lift on Wednesdays, then doing one single power clean is, or not just clean, and one single power is not going to be the biggest challenge. But I think I got lightheaded on this one. Woo! I don't know how long I'm going to be able to sustain the triples moving forward. So next week I'm doing snatch triples at 80. And I think I can do that pretty well. And then I'm also going to be doing 105 for the clean and jerk triples. This past week, the Wednesday was challenging, but definitely not as much as I anticipated it to be. I feel like the first week at 95, which was the first time essentially that I would do clean triples at any weight, I did not really think that it would feel as difficult as it was. So like when I went into it this week, I figured like, okay, this is gonna be stupid hard, so I mentally prepared for that, and it didn't quite pan out that way. I think that for me it was just challenging, but not to the point where it was like, oh shit, this is impossible. But I think maybe 2 weeks from now it might be actually impossible. We'll see what happens. Finished off today bar work with some overhead presses. I was going for 3 sets of 5. I was initially gonna do 62, but once I got the bar, like just the bar in my hands, and just started doing presses. I was like, yeah, I don't know if I can do 60 today, so I'm gonna try. So I just went back down to what I did last week essentially. And turned out okay. I think the first set, which is this one here, was the hardest one, to be honest. Third set might have been the easiest. Finished off with a core movement, a GHG sit up, which is probably my favorite core movement. So I'm super happy that I'm able to put these back in. I had them on halt for, or a hiatus for quite some time due to my lower back injury. But yeah, that's it for today. It's pretty simple, just lots of reps, not necessarily like high volume, quote unquote, but still a lot of reps that I needed to get through. Pretty excited for what's going to be happening next week, but yeah, thank you for watching. Shoots.